Yeah, going to have a change in the field because Stuart Thompson's going to go out to long on, switching places with Barry McCarthy, who's on as a sub-fielder. I haven't quite been able to identify who that's for. I think it might be for Gareth Delaney. Another good slower ball, change of pace bowled into the pitch by Mark.
Fielder for 4. Ireland bowlers, I think, have
By Mark Adair, so 5 overs gone. Nepal 39 for 1.
It's a good over from him, except for the first delivery that he has bowled over pitch, and it was nicely hit with the mid-off over the fielder for 4. Ireland bowlers, I think, had to use a lot of variations in their bowling, short of the length, not letting the batsmen to play their shots. And of course, it should be supported by some excellent fielding, as Nepal did in their innings.
In fact, I think it's Paul Sterling who's off at the moment. Just came into this series with a little bit of a calf niggle, so perhaps getting a bit of dispensation from the umpires. Barry McCarthy remains on. He's at short fine leg. Total.
It was a bad delivery from Rankins. I mean, it was very short, outside the office stump, lifting delivery, and very well collected by RF over the vacant gully boundary 4.
So with this being a pentangular series, of course, we've got more action this afternoon. That's going to be Netherlands against the hosts Oman. Netherlands have lost their opening 2 matches, but Oman are 2 from 2. Those two sides just arriving, getting a little bit of a look at the opposition.
Yeah.
Remember, if Nepal can win today, they'll go top of the table with 3-3.
Oman has a very crucial match ahead this afternoon because Nepal also got 2 matches, 2 wins. So has Oman.
Really well bowled by Boyd Rankin, a much better length. And nicely played too by Arif Sheikh, just opening the face of that down to Kevin O'Brien at third man for a single. You can see in the graphics at the bottom of your screen there, Nepal still need 102 more runs, so that required run rate hovering around 7 and over. They'll be happy with that, but they won't want to let it get out of control.
Yes, of course, and they're going good according to their plan. I mean, 7 runs and over is good in the first 6 overs, chasing a target of 145.
Short ball, the attempted pull shot on a mix-up between Pandey, Barry McCarthy with the throw-in. A direct hit, they will appeal, but the umpire deciding not to go to the third umpire as Pandey got back. Good fielding from McCarthy at mid-off. The attempted pull shot was just too quick from Rankin, ended up going not where he intended.
It's very difficult for a fast bowler to, to leave himself over bowling the ball. Good reflexes to be there to get it on.
You can see here, just really beaten for pace and bounce. Skewed off the edge. A real mix-up. McCarthy was quick in. The throw just hitting. In fact, Wilson deflecting that one onto the stumps. And this time they'll get through for a leg by. So Boyd Rankin's bounce is the thing that's causing issues here.
Well, the runs are coming. And runs are coming in every over. That is a point of, worry for the Irish captain.
Yeah, the final over the power play this. In fact, the final ball of the power play now. And that's a real beauty to finish the power play, getting that steepling bounce from just back of a length. And at the end of the power play, it's 45 for 1.
Lovely delivery from Rankin. It just went past the batsman through the keeper. Ireland bowler has to bowl in the same way as the Rankin has bowled the last delivery of his over. It was the sheer pace, lively delivery that left the batsman intact, and he just tried to play and went through to the keeper. So that's the end of the power play. 6 overs, 45 for 1 Ireland.
So we're going to see another change in bowling for Ireland. The leg spin of Gareth Delaney will come back into the attack now, and he'll have 5 fielders outside the 20-yard circle, or 30-yard circle even, that he'll be allowed to use instead of the 2. And that bit of relief will hopefully provide some relief for Ireland as well, because this game is right in the balance. Nepal at the end of the 6-over power play, they're 45 for 1 right in this match. Remember, as we were saying just moments ago, it would be a first ever victory in any format over a test nation for Nepal. So even though they're not going to be at the T20 World Cup qualifier, all to play for here for them, as Pandey works into the leg side for a quick single.
Yeah, yes, as you said correctly, Nepal, if they play well, keep their minds in check, they might be going to be winners on first win over a test playing nation.
Yeah, not just the first win over a test playing nation, they'll move top of the table in this pentangular series.
Yes.
Remember, the only one of the 5 sides that aren't going on to the T20 World Cup qualifiers here in Nepal. But showing why they can be such a threat at international level. This new youthful T20 side that they've picked is starting to shine on the international stage. So impressive in the field they were.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Fantastic fielding from them, and equally very, very clever bowling from their bowlers. Of course, supported brilliantly by their fielders. 2 exceptional catches, one on the long one, and another one which has been taken by the skipper, was absolutely thriller.
Yeah, shorter that time from Delaney, pulled into the deep by Pandey. This left-hand, right-hand combination continuing to work for Nepal, and for the first time those required runs dipping under 100, 98 more needed now. That required run rate hovering around 7 and over. They'll feel like they're right in the game.
Yeah, so far they are bowling very well according to their tactics. I mean, 7 and then go. It's good to chase a target of 145.
You can hear the shout from Kevin O'Brien in the field. 50 for 2. He's looking for the wicket for his side. Hit into the offside powerfully by Arif Sheikh. George Dockrell's out there, but really good running between the youngsters despite the dropped bat from Arif Sheikh. Will get him back for 2, and he'll have to jog down to Pandey to pick that one up.
Brilliant running from these two, Ishan and Arif. And that is the technique they should use, try to take maximum runs that will give them a chance to, come up closer to the total of 145 and not to put pressure on the batsmen to come.
Dragged down by Delaney, but Sheikh will just punch that into the onside for a single. So 6 runs coming from that over. A better one from Delaney after being hit for the 2 sixes by Paris Kadka in his opening over. And at the end of 7, Nepal bring up their 50. They're 51 for 1.
Yeah, so far they are playing absolutely perfect. Nepal 51 in 7 overs, not a bad chase. 145 is the target, they have to go for it. Ireland has to do a lot of hard work now to contain these batsmen. Nepal taking singles, doubles.
A change in the field and a change of bowling, because Barry McCarthy's time as subfielder will end. He'll jog off and Paul Sterling will come back on. I'm not sure if he's just protecting that calf. So a little bit of strapping around that as he came out to bat today. Yet another international 50 from Paul Sterling today. The high score of the day so far. But the change of bowling will be Stuart Thompson from the Muscat end to replace Boyd Rankin. Would you like to have seen Boyd Rankin continue on, having bowled 2 such impressive overs?
I think he did well, but I think skipper wanted to have him back after a couple of more overs, because so far he bowled very well. But you need some bowler like the one who is stopping the ball, runs chase in the later stages. I have seen in all the matches that Ireland played so far, their top order is doing very well, but the middle and the later order batsmen not coming up with the expectations.
It's going to need to be the top order in Nepal that will be trying to chase the lion's share of these runs. Pandey and Arif starting to combine well. Arif moving into double figures. But there is some hitting to come. We'll probably see Dipender Singh Irene at 4, maybe Binod Bandari at 5. But don't rule out Karen KC. He always seems to be the man with the bat down the order for Nepal.
Yes, he's a very, very danger man in the later stages of the game. The way he played it against Netherlands was some absolute thriller. At one stage, things were going well for Netherlands. 17 runs and over is not an easy target to chase. And had did it in his style, is Karen Casey. It was a bad bowling, in fact. Most of the balls he gave half volleys, which he has all the time to hit over mid-on, mid-wicket.
Nicely bowled by Thompson outside the off stump. Clearly a tactic that the Irish bowlers have spoken about to the left-handed Pandey. Dot ball the end result.
Yeah, Thompson has bowled very well so far in this tournament. I have seen all the matches. He marked there, they bowled very well. But today I think they must bowl exceptionally well to keep the things in check for them.
Just onto the legs this time and flicked out to Gareth Delaney, who picks up well and prevents the double. Just one run to the total.
Thompson continues to bowl from the scorer's end. Right arm over the wicket to RF. That's an half volley, brilliantly played between point and gully. 4 runs, lovely shot.
Yeah, glorious batting from Arif Sheikh. It was over-pitched from Thompson, and Sheikh has opened the face of the bat. And Gareth Delaney's out at the cover boundary, but it's gone to his left. And a crucial boundary to keep that required run rate in check.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautifully placed between point and gully.
Yeah, there is 2 men in the circle behind square on the offside. That's Paul Sterling at third man and Kevin O'Brien at a backward point. Just seen Gareth Delaney come a little bit square in the deep. Good comeback from Thompson into the pitch. They seem to have been the deliveries that have been the hardest to score off.
Yeah, of course, yes. Absolutely. I think Irish bowlers have some tiredness because of this hot weather. We're not used to be.
Yeah, well, they've been here for over a week already in Oman, and as Chris Siddle told us earlier, the perfect preparations for their T20 World Cup qualifier in the UAE gets going next week. But yeah, I think perhaps a little bit more accustomed to the heat than the Irish.
Yeah, this subcontinent and Asian teams have more acclimatized themselves with the conditions that we have in Muscat, and of course in the you will have to face the more humid in UAE compared to Oman.
Yeah, drinks being run on here for the 2 Nepal batsmen, and Shane Getgate, the Irish 12th man, taking the opportunity to get some liquids on. Going to see another change in bowling. Going to be more spin for Ireland. This time Simi Singh. It'll be interesting to see if he just sticks with the off breaks.
Correct.
Or
yes.
if we get the occasional leg break as well.
He played in one match so far for Ireland, and I got a wicket as well in that tournament. So we'll be having the Nepal coach with some conversation with Andrew.
Yeah, delighted to have our second guest commentator of the afternoon. We'll bid Jamil farewell for the moment, and it's going to be really interesting to hear the thoughts of the Nepal batting coach, Venkat Ram, who's going to come in and join me now. As Simi Singh is punched down the ground for a single, and Venkat, being the batting coach, you must be happy with how your boys are going so far. Or you're the bowling coach, sorry. But you must be pleased then particularly with your bowling effort.
Yeah, fantastic. They're doing very well. Last couple of weeks, our Nepal bowling is doing really marvelous job, and I'm expecting they'll keep doing this job.
So Nepal tends to be known for their spinners. I was over at the Everest Premier League last year. We saw almost an army of left-arm spinners, and you think of the leg breaks of Sandeep Lamachani. But the improvements in the pace department with the likes of Avanesh Bahara come in must have been really pleasing for you.
See, spinners, Sandy, we need not to tell much about him. He's been doing very well all over the country. Wherever he's going, he's doing well. But yes, the young guys, the left arm spinners and other leggies, they're doing beautifully. They're doing good job. Yes, pacers, they're really, what I'm finding in this tournament, they're doing really very, very well.
And Avinash Pahara in particular just seems to be made up as a death bowler specialist. He finds that block hole with...
I have not seen this kind of bowler. Whenever you call him, he bowl out of 6, 3 to 4 ball. The
Yorker.
Length. That's beautiful. That is outstanding.
Simi Singh around the wicket now to the left-handed Pandey, and that's just drifted down the leg side. Are you pleased with where this chase is going? You're keeping the required run rate in and around 7 and over?
There is no problem at all, no panic. I mean, boys are doing very well. I think if we'll go like this, we'll achieve our target. I'm very confident about it.
You picked a young side here for this, not just this tour of Oman, but also for the Triangular Series in Singapore. You must be pleased with the way that your side's fielding really seems to have stepped up a gear as well.
Outstanding. Their fitness level is very, very high. And they got very limitation facilities, whatever the facilities got there in Nepal. After seeing that, what they are doing, I mean, the mind-blowing job they are doing. And boys, they are very committed to this game. So one that I can say that their fielding level, the bowling, they are doing excellent job.
I'm talking here with the Nepal batting coach, it's Venkat Ram, Nepal bowling coach. We'll get it right eventually, Venkat, apologies. And his bowlers really did oversee an outstanding comeback in the first innings. Ireland were 95 for 1 at one stage, and they collapsed in a heap. You must have had a big smile on your face.
Oh yeah, that shows the character of the team. Every match, whenever they come, the way they ball, the 9 points plus average was going, and from there they pulled on to 6, 7 in between. A fantastic captainship, I'll mention here. Paras is doing fantastic job, some beautiful fielding, so well supported by fielding and to the bowlers. So I think they've done a great job.
Yeah, Paras Kadko really did an outstanding job in that first innings as the leader of this Nepal side. And do you even know that this side is standing on the brink of history? They've never had a win over a Test nation in an ODI or a T20I, so if they can get across the line here, it could be a historic day.
Yeah, we'll wait and watch. Yeah, I think I'm very optimistic about it. So I think they could easily, they can make it.
Tell us a bit about sort of devastation of missing out on the T20 World Cup qualifier from that Asian regional qualifier. You'd love to be there next week in the UAE?
I was not. No, I'm going back to India. I'm working with National Cricket Academy there. So I was just before this tournament only, before Singapore tournament only, I joined them. Not much, a week before I joined the team. So in the next tour, our coach is there, Umesh. He's doing an excellent job. So he will continue. He's a head coach. He will continue as a head coach, and I have to go back to India.
Yeah, Umesh Patwell, the Nepal head coach. But
yeah.
Nepal must be gutted to not be there in the UAE next week to have their chance to try and qualify for the main event.
I think we are not playing in UAE next week. The Nepal team is not there. So they're playing in Nepal itself. I think one of this MCC team is coming there. So they're playing some friendly matches over there. So that is what is that.
Yeah, and then it will be on to the Cricket World Cup League 2 qualifier. The first matches for Nepal in that take place next year in early February.
Yeah.
It'll be in Kathmandu as the USA and Oman go up.
Yeah, 4 nation, I think that is.
Pulled into the deep, and that's going to be a boundary 4. Dissects Andy Balbirnie and Simi Singh out in the deep. A short delivery from Gareth Delaney, a poor one. It was dragged down. Ishan Pandey's picked up the length quickly. As you can see on the replay here, hammered into the deep. And this Nepal chase is looking in control. That required run rate has been solid around 7 and over. Tell us a bit about some of the batsmen to come. You've got Dipendra Singh Airi probably in next at 4, Binad Bandari and That man Karen Casey can't seem to stop getting runs.
We have a fantastic batting lineup, and the pinch hitter, the Karan plays down the order, and next 2-3 batsmen, they're really outstanding. They are good. I mean, they're very confident lad. I'm sure they carry this. We got that momentum to win, so we'll carry that.
Pressure on Delaney after that wide, another short delivery pulled into the deep, but with no great power, straight to Andy Balbirnie, just going to be a single. Have you been impressed by not just the bowling and fielding, but also the batting in terms of getting the side across the line against the Netherlands in the last game?
Very nice. They're batting very well. The most of matches, even Singapore also. One match somehow we couldn't do well, but the rest of other matches, batsmen, they are very much doing very well. So, and especially this tournament, I'm saying the batting, bowling, the all-round performance about the Nepal. So I've been telling them, right from beginning, I'm seeing them. They're outstanding lads. They're doing very well, and I see a lot of future in them. This team is in making. The youngsters are there. So within a year or two, you see, this team will be changed so much. They'll do much better.
Beautifully bowled by Delaney. It was the googly. It's beat him outside the off stump, and we're going to see this decision referred up to the third umpire. We'll try and bring you a replay of that. It looked to be very close. Gary Wilson thinks he might have his man. You can see the replay from our angle on your screen here. It was a really beautiful piece of bowling. Deceived Pandey in the flight. Just was the googly, went on with the arm. Gary Wilson had a big appeal. And what that means is that the third umpire, Hari Krishna, is right now looking at the footage from the static camera side on. And we're going to have to wait for that decision. The two standing umpires, Rahul Asher and Vinod Babu, are waiting for Hari Krishna's decision. It must be a close one because he's continuing to decide whether or not Pandey made his ground and got back. Crucial moment in the match here, you sense, Venkat. Ireland really needed a wicket. I'm going to show you our replay once more. It was the googly from Delaney, not picked perhaps by Ishan Pandey. Really quick, sharp work that from Delaney. And right now, as you can see on your screen, all the players are waiting for the decision. And it's been given not out. So that must have been very tight, but he has made his ground.
Yeah. And the vital wicket is this one. Pandey is since batting very well. He's playing only first match in Muscat. So what I'm seeing, he played a couple of matches in the last tournament. So he's with a fantastic comeback for him. So I'm very, very happy to see his bat. The way he's playing, the way he's batting is really good.
Venkat, it's a really youthful side you have here. Just 3 players over the age of 30, and that's the experience of Paris Kadka and in fact Binod Bandari and Karen Casey, not even 30 yet themselves. So just one player over the age of 30. It's really youthful. A lot of teenagers in the setup. Is that?
It's a mix of team. Some of the senior players are there.
Swept into the deep. A chance for Simi Singh, who takes a brilliant catch. And just as Pandey was given a life by that stumping being given not out, he gets the slog sweep out, and Simi Singh, who didn't pick it up particularly well at first, has taken an outstanding diving catch to put the game right back in the balance. An impressive knock from Pandey, but he just couldn't quite get his strike rate going. Looking for the big hit here. Simi Singh picked it up late, but dove and clung on just inches above the turf. That could be a crucial moment, Venkat.
Yeah, once again, the match is still more in Nepal side, I still believe. As I told you, I'm very optimistic. The boys will do their job 100%. They'll complete this match in a winning note. So let's see. Let's wait and watch for what is going to happen.
And you've one of your more experienced operators here, Dipendra Singh Iree, who's going to come into the side, even though he's just 19 years of age, remarkably. He's quick between the wickets. He's a busy player. Loves to cut and pull. Diminutive stature. Not a tall batsman at all. But a crucial moment there. Gareth Delaney finding the breakthrough for Ireland. So that's the halfway stage of the innings. Nepal 73 for 2. I'm here talking with the Nepal bowling coach, that's Venkat Ram, who's been telling us all things about Nepal cricket. And Venkat, you've been really taken with this young Nepal side. You think it's a bright future?
See, the greatness of this team is the best part is the captain. He's creating an atmosphere here where the boys are performing. An outstanding captain. He's handling the team very well. He takes care of everything, the fitness, batting, bowling. He's all over, and he keep talking to the boys. And he's a very experienced. With experience, he's a very humble human being. So that is what I see him. So I can really very much sure that this team will do under his captainship within next couple of hours.
We're going to have a change in bowling for Ireland. George Dockrell we'll see for the first time today with his left arm spin, and we saw this throughout the tri-series in Dublin that Dockrell tended to be used late in the innings, and we might end up with a scenario where he might not bowl his full allocation of 4, but crucial wicket that one, the final ball of Delaney's third over, getting the big scalp of Pandey. We'll see Dockrell into the attack for the first time. And at the halfway stage of the innings, Nepal 73 for 2, exactly half the runs scored, 73 more to win. So the game nicely poised.
Yeah, very well poised is the game. But still, the more is the Nepal side, if they'll continue batting like this. But they never know. The cricket is very uncertainty in the game, so we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out. Dipender Singh Airi off the mark with a quick single. That's what we'll get from him. Busy young cricketer. As Arif Sheikh comes back on to strike. Arif Sheikh's looked in good touch. Boundary off his first ball from Boyd Rankin. What will the tactics be going forward here for the remainder of the innings? You'll be looking to try and pick up a boundary each over and complement it with some singles?
The backup plan is there, definitely. So we'll go easily, but the way they're playing like this, if required, at all is required, we have a players behind. Karan is there, and the one or a couple of batsmen. They can really go for the bowlers. So if their turn has come, so definitely they'll show their skill.
How have you seen the batting evolve throughout your time in Singapore and on here to Oman? It hasn't necessarily been a strength. There's been some inconsistency in the batting.
Very much. I'll say, but in fact, in this tournament, Muscat, our batting is really improved. Singapore, we couldn't do so well because of the wicket. Here the wicket is beautiful, fantastic pitch where they really enjoy playing shots. So Nepal side, they are basically stroke players, where Singapore that wicket was not so favorable to play that kind of cricket. So here, what I'm saying, the Nepal team, because of the hardness of the wicket here, they're really doing very well.
Good tight over from George Dockrell, just 3 runs coming from it. Nepal moved to 76 for 2 after 11 overs. That required run rate just creeping up towards 8 and over for the first time. So Nepal are going to need to try and judge this chase well. They do have power hitters to come, as you said, Venkat, but going to need to try and keep that figure from escalating out of control.
7.8.
Yeah, that's the required run rate there at the bottom of your screen. 7.8 needed. And we're going to see another change in bowling. This time the off spin of Simi Singh into the attack. So a bit of a trial by spin, but that's something Nepal are used to. There's a lot of spin bowling up in there in Kathmandu and Bakar and all across north of India.
Yeah. What is his name?
So this is Simi Singh into the attack now.
Yeah, okay. See, this wicket, because of the weather, it's very hot. So this wicket is always a grip little bit, Fast bowler also, they go for cutters, spinner ball with a take turn. So our batsmen should be very, very, very careful about the nature of the pitch now. So once they are settled, I'm very much sure that we'll finish our game in good note.
Aggression from Irie, who looks for the sweep shot. He's going to run quickly between the wickets. George Dockrell picks up, the throw comes in, but really good fast running from Dipender Singh Irie will get him back for two. And that's kind of his game, really, isn't it? Fast running between the wickets, cuts and pulls and sweeps, and looking for the twos rather than power hitting and clearing the ropes.
Actually, this kind of wicket, you cannot play much of drives in the front of the wicket. So our batsmen, they are very good in cut and pull. This kind of wicket, it suits our batsmen. I'm sure that our batsmen, this kid will definitely see beautiful shot they played.
Yeah, Dipender Singh Irie so comfortable on the cut.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting field they've got set for Irie. And remember, two Irish players, Paul Sterling and Kevin O'Brien, have spent time in Nepal at the Everest Premier League last year. So perhaps using that knowledge of having played with and against Dipender Singh Irie to set that field. Andy Balbirnie out at deep point there.
See, I have not worked with them much of even last year also, but I'm planning after my completing the domestic in India. If you're given an opportunity, I'd like to work with them. They are the fantastic talent, and raw talent. They hardly play much of cricket over there. And the conditions are not so good. Even then, the boys are doing is a really mine. And they're very tough guys.
And this is really good tight stuff from the two Irish spinners. Just 3 runs coming from that over again. And at this point, Venkat, I'd like to thank you so much for coming to join us during the middle of the game.
Thank you.
Really interesting to hear your thoughts. And we'll send you back to the team chase, and good luck with the rest of the chase now. So there were the thoughts of Venkat Ram, the Nepal bowling coach, and I'll be rejoined now by Jamil Zaidi. And Jamil, with just 8 overs to go in this chase, perhaps Ireland coming back into it a little bit. You felt it was Nepal's game to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like that they're coming back into the game. And as I told you earlier, spinners have done a good job so far. Simi is doing very well.
And George Dockrell's going to continue. Dipender Singh Irie looking for that sweep shot. But both of these batsmen have just got a little bit bogged down by the spinners.
Yeah, absolutely. They're bowling on the spot from the Simi and Duck.
George Dockrell.
Yeah.
George Dockrell with his left arm. Orthodox doing a really effective job here, and every single one of these dots is just sending that required run rate up. It's the highest it's been now in the entire innings. Pushes up over 8.6 for the first time. 8.74 required now in that run rate. And singles aren't going to cut it right now for the pull.
Absolutely brilliant
Misfield
bowling.
in the deep.
There's a misfield.
Yeah, sorry, Jamil, that was a poor misfield. It was always just a single there, and Gareth Delaney, looking for the one-handed pickup, has fumbled that one.
Every run is very, very important for Ireland. Their bowlers are doing a great job right now, both the spinners, Simi and Dockrell, from the other end.
Shorter cut away, this time by Arif Sheikh, going to be a single to Gareth Delaney. What will the tactics be here from Nepal? They've plenty of wickets in hand, but they need to start finding boundaries.
Yeah. At least now 12 overs has gone. At least one boundary in an over is quite enough, at least to keep them up for the run chase.
Yeah, they can't find that boundary at the moment because the Irish spinners just stifling this Nepal batting lineup. Both batsmen struggling a little bit. Dipender Singh Irie 8 off 13, Mohammad Arif Sheikh 20 off 20. Just looking to get that run rate up if they can.
So far, remarkable job is done by both these spinners. They stopped the run, which is coming very easily before.
Quick single. Good batting from Dipender Singh Irie. That's what you get with him. Quick between the wickets. 13 overs gone.
Yeah.
Nepal 84 for 2. And I think we've got a hell of a game on here.
Yes, I think it's equally poised right now. I feel it because 8.4 is also not very good. You can run rate to chase. But they are bowling Simi and Dockrell bowling extremely well. Just not letting the batsmen to play their shot, keeping a bit, keep them quiet from both the ends.
So Singh will continue, and no surprise with that. Singh and Dockrell spells getting Ireland back in the game, and we're even seeing Paul Sterling warm up, so I wonder will they try to get an over of off breaks out of Paul Sterling as well.
He did board a couple of us in the last match, but not very much successful.
Rather extraordinary shot that from Dipender Singh Irie, almost flinging himself Superman style towards the ball for that cut shot for a single. Surely would have been a wide if he'd left that.
It was too wide, but he chased it outside the upper stump and fell on it to play it down towards point.
I think Dipender Singh Irie is looking for a shot to be named after him, and we're going to call that one the Flying Superman. And managed to get bat on it to save his wicket. Of course, if he'd left it alone, he could have been stumped by Gary Wilson. But that's what Simi Singh does. He watches the batsman really intently right up to the delivery of release.
He released a bit later, sawing the batsman coming up. Unfortunate for him not to get him out.
Yeah, classic example of where the single in the scorebook hasn't done justice to the action on the pitch. But that required run rate up to 9 now for the first time. 9 and over Nepal need. Are we going to see some late Karen KC heroics? Again, reverse hit. What a shot that is. That's going to be 6 all the way. Absolutely outstanding, that one from Dipender Singh Irie. He switches his hands and his feet, and he scoops that one soaring into the pavilion here. 6 all the way.
Beautifully placed reverse save from Dipender. He's playing gem of innings so far. I have not seen him playing. Last time he got out very early, but today he's playing, I think, of his class.
Yeah, the amazing thing about that shot, he threatened to come down the track at first, and then he rearranged his feet and simply scooped it.
Beautifully placed.
I've seen a fielder go into that position. I don't think I've ever seen that to an off-spinner before. There was a fielder specifically for the reverse scoop sweep. Gareth Delaney back at what's really a wide third man alongside the deep point that's out on the field, on the boundary as well.
Yeah, and this T20 has brought a lot of unfamiliar shots in the game. Reverse sweep, scooping and this and that, you can expect any innovation from the batsman.
Yeah, more quick running between the wickets. We'll get Sheikh back for 2. And a crucial 6 that was in this over, because that's already 11 runs from the over, and that required run rate back down towards 8 and over.
Yeah, that beautiful hit toward the gully boundary for 6 from Dipender has brought the run rate back into their favour at the moment. But still, I think 8.5 is still required.
Flatter this time and punch straight to Kevin O'Brien at extra cover. So a good over for Nepal. Will finish with the dot. 11 runs from that one. And after 14 overs, Nepal are 95 for 2. You'd have to think that their own fate is in their hands here.
Yes. I think 8.5 is still not an easy target to get. The way the things are going, I think Irish bowlers has to do a lot of hard work. This run rate going up to chase.
Let's look at some of those options that Gary Wilson has at his disposal, because we've already seen 6 bowlers used. We're not going to see Paul Sterling yet. We're going to see George Dockrell continue. Mark Adair and Boyd Rankin have bowled very well. Solitary wicket for Gareth Delaney as well. Plenty of options for Gary Wilson. You'd have to sense these 2 overs from Dockrell are going to be really crucial.
Of course, yes. Bowling very well. And he has to check the batsman bowling very intelligently right now. Not getting chance batsmen to come over him.
Yet another cut shot from Dipender Singh Irie, and if you're wondering what that fielder is doing behind square on the offside for a spinner, it's the kind of fielding position you could never ever have imagined to a spin bowler. It's a deep wide third man specifically for the reverse sweep.
They become more defensive, and too defensive rather, you can say, because generally only one sweeper is there on the onside or the offside in there.
Yeah, that one punched down the ground for a single straight to Mark Adair, and with 50 required, now just 49 more needed from 5.4 overs. I think we've got a game that is right in the balance.
Yes, equally poised.
Can Nepal make it 3 wins from 3 games here in Oman this week in the Pentangular Series? Andrew Leonard here bringing you these pictures with cricket clubs and Oman cricket. And I'm with Jamil Zaidi, and we could have a real cracker. We always seem to get cracking games with Nepal.
Yes, last week it was really a cracker between Nepal and Netherlands.
One swept this time by Arif Sheikh, and really outstanding fielding that from Harry Tector. He sprinted 25 yards to his right, picked it up one-handed and flung it right over the top to Gary Wilson.
Absolutely.
Good decision to not come back for 2.
Yeah, brilliant fielding. Absolutely. Couple of such fieldings will definitely put dent on Nepal's hopes to coming up with this total.
That one's wide outside the off stump. Good piece of keeping from Gary Wilson. Scoops it up and keeps it to just a solitary wide. Dockrell looking to go full and wide outside the off stump with his protection on the offside.
I think he is trying to, deceive the batsman. He's using his feet. He thought might be with wide, with his stumping will come up.
What a catch that is. It was the attempted pull shot from Dipender Singh Airi, but it's ended up coming straight back to George Dockrell, who took that catch with such nonchalance. He just popped it back to the umpire. He said that one's out. And on exactly 100, with the 100 coming up from that wide, George Dockrell is struck. And let's see if we can bring you the replay on this one. Jamil, that could be a crucial wicket.
Absolutely, yes. He was playing superbly, playing all his shots. And that's the wicket I think Ireland was looking for. Now they have to be more, you can say that more spot-on bowling from them now to keep the hopes alive for them.
So it ends up just being a little cameo from Dipender Singh Airi, the highlight of which was that reverse scoop sweep for 6. One of the shots of the tournament, no doubt about that. But he has to go for 19. A good innings from him, nonetheless. 19 off 20 deliveries, just a solitary 6.
But brilliant bowling by Dockrell. He took a brilliant catch off his own bowling on this Dipender.
Yeah, we said these 2 overs from Dockrell were going to be the key to the Nepal chase, and he's found a wicket to go alongside his frugal economy. Just 5 runs from this over so far. Dockrell using all his experience with his left arm spin. These are conditions that should favour him. Haven't seen a huge amount of extravagant turn, but just enough for the spinners.
Yeah.
And they've been the tighter of the bowlers compared to the quicks so far.
If you see Dockrell, he is releasing the ball a bit later than the batsmen expect. This is a quicker one.
Yeah, Binod Bandari, the new man to the crease, in at number 5 for Nepal. He starts with a sweep shot, which didn't go exactly where he intended it, but he gets the single, probably off the toe end of the bat. And with 5 overs to go, the equation is simple. Nepal need 45 more runs to win at exactly 9 and over.
Yeah, absolutely. But this man, Bandari, is a very, very aggressive player, plays his own shots at his will. But if Ireland got him out, I'm sure the things will be 70-30 like.
And wherever you're watching from right around the world, whether it be Nepal or Ireland, you're very welcome to this coverage of Game 7 of 10 here in the Oman Pentangular T20I Series. And we'll bring you the points table as it stands at the moment, because this game is really crucial in terms of where the title will go from this week. You can see at the moment there on your screens, Oman on top. But only because of net run rate. They'll have to play the Netherlands this afternoon. That'll be Game 2 at 2 p.m. local time today. Game 8 of the tournament. But for Ireland to have any chance of taking the title, they're going to have to win here today and hope for a favour from either Nepal or the Netherlands by beating Oman. But if Nepal can win, it'll set up a winner-takes-all clash tomorrow between the 2 unbeaten sides in the tournament.
Yes, absolutely. That will be the vital one for that. But today I think Oman must beat Netherlands with a good margin to be on the top of the table.
Brilliant from Mark Adair. He's come back into the attack and he's affected the run out just like that. It was a suicidal single really from Binod Bandari. Perhaps he thought he got it more to the leg side than he actually did. Adair followed through, picked it up two-handed, and he threw down middle stump of the 3. And Bandari had given up the ghost. He knew he was gone. Great athleticism from Mark Adair. That's the second wicket in just 3 balls. And that's exactly what Ireland needed.
Yeah, of course. This man is very, very good batsman, Bandari, as I said to you earlier. And I think this is a very, to me, it's a more vital wicket they had taken. And back into the game with these 2 wickets in 3 balls. So this is going to be an exciting match at the end of the innings, I believe.
Going to be Sandeep Jura in at number 6 for Nepal, and we've got a game on here because Nepal need 45 more from just 29 deliveries. That required run rate sneaking up towards 10 and over all of a sudden.
This is the beauty of this game, Andrew, whether it's T20, ODI, whatever.
Short ball, edged and taken. It's going to be a 3rd wicket in 4 balls. An outstanding catch from Gary Wilson. He dives full length to his left. He clings on with one hand just above the turf. Mark Adair has another wicket for Ireland, and this time it's thanks to a simply outstanding catch from Gary Wilson.
Captain has done his captain's catch right now. Beautiful delivery. It was a short pitch, slow short pitch, and the batsman played too early, got an edge, and got brilliantly taken by Wilson and behind the wicket. Absolute thriller.
Yeah, that's outstanding from Gary Wilson, Ireland's premier gloveman behind the stumps. He sprawled full length to his left and he clung on just inches from the turf. Mohamed Arif Sheikh, he's gone for 26 off 26 deliveries, 2 fours in that innings. And all of a sudden, there's a scramble in the Nepal dressing room because their batsmen are having to get their pads on very quickly indeed. 3 wickets in 4 balls. Sampal Kami, the new man to the crease.
Great comeback by Ireland in the game. Just 3-4 overs, changes the entire complexion of the game. 3 wickets in just 5 to 6 balls. Amazing for Ireland. Great for them. And I hope that things going to be more good in the game if we go to get another wicket in this coming 1 or 2 overs.
Yeah, almost shades of the Irish innings because of the collapse and the way in which Ireland collapsed when they were batting. Nepal's chase was looking comfortable. Maybe that required run rate was getting a little bit patchy for them, but with 3 wickets in 4 balls, it must be advantage Ireland again. Not easy to come in and score immediately on this pitch. We haven't seen many batsmen do that, but Sampal Kami is going to be the man who's tasked with that here at number 6 for Nepal. Very good tight fielding from Gareth Delaney at backward point. More changes of pace from Adair.
Yes, Mark is bowling very well, intelligent bowling from him. This was a slower one, and the other was a slow short pitch delivery, and got a very, very good wicket. And it's absolute brilliant catch by Wilson behind the wicket.
In fact, of course, Nepal are 5 down now. In at number 7 is Sampal Kami. Slower ball again, and just proving so difficult to get away. Another dot ball. 2 wickets, the first to run out, and 2 dots so far from this over. And that required run rates over 10s for the first time.
Yeah, of course, I think brilliant fielding right from Ireland bowlers, and supporting their bowlers who are doing extremely good job right now to brought them back into the game.
Yet another slower ball from Mark Adair. There will be a run this time, just a single. We'll wait for the signal from the umpire. It's given us runs, so just perhaps off the face of the bat from Sampal Kami. But for Nepal, that's just the first run off the 5th delivery of the over.
Yeah, it's a great reflexes from the wicket-keeper Wilson. Picked the ball and throws it back, tried to get the batsman run out. Brilliant. That's the, I think, determination need from Ireland now to come up on this particular game.
Slower ball down the leg side. That one will be signalled wide. Adair stares back at the umpire. He thinks it shouldn't be given wide because it was with the batsman coming across his stumps, but correctly given a wide.
Ultimately, if the ball is missing the leg stumps, nowadays, the umpires are too harsh on the bowlers. For that, slightly down the leg side. Right.
Yeah, Sandeep Jura on strike, yet to get off the mark. This time it was a full pace delivery, punch back down the ground. Just going to be a single, so an outstanding over from Mark Adair. 3 runs and 2 wickets coming from it. One of those a run out. And with 4 overs left in the game, Nepal need 42 more to win, correction. You'd have to think it's advantage Ireland.
Yes, of course. Right now they are on the top. 24 balls, 42 runs required, 10 and a half the required for them. And I want to say very good morning in Ireland. What's the time now?
Yeah, about 9:30 back in Ireland right now.
We have a very good team friend there, Andrew Wooten. If he's there, Andrew, how are you? Have a nice day.
Yeah, Andrew
We were
Wooten.
expecting you to be here in Ireland.
Andrew Wooten down in Cork, probably watching the game there, where Oman took their preparatory tour ahead of the World T20 qualifier in 2015. And really the story of Oman cricket is one we're going to get into this afternoon. A brilliant journey they've had over the last 4 or 5 years. The former team manager Jamil Zaidi here with me to my right. Andrew Leonard.
I'll be keeping you posted all the achievement that Oman has done in the afternoon matches.
We'll have plenty to chat about
Cork
this
is
afternoon.
the ground where we really got a lot of practice from the Ireland weather.
So we're going to see George Dockrell bowl his 4 overs straight through from this Al Emirat end. And he's done such an effective job for Ireland. That one, the attempted heave down the ground from Jura could only be skewed into the leg side for a single. In fact, it was indeed Sandeep Jura. Sample Kami back onto strike now. He hits that one into the leg side, into the gap between Stuart Thompson and Harry Tector, and lots of time to get back for 2. Clever batting to start with from Kami.
Yeah, of course. Dockrell has to bowl the same way he was bowling before. It was very short and he has all the time to play between mid wicket and mid-arm.
Pulled again into that gap, and he's found the gap perfectly. Stuart Thompson has a big chase on. He might have just pulled that one in. You can see the Nepal fielders are signalling, or the Nepal bench are signalling that that's 4. So just went over the rope despite the best efforts, athletic efforts of Stuart Thompson, and the crowd that's ever growing here. I think they're supporting Nepal because 4 more runs to the total.
Yeah, so far it's a good over for Nepal. 6 runs in 2 balls, which bring the total.
Pulled straight to Stuart Thompson and taken. It's a really good catch. He hammers the ball into the ground. A little bit of frustration coming out from Thompson. Perhaps he felt he should have cut that boundary off, but he's got the wicket, the 6th wicket of the innings. So a sparkling little cameo from Kami ends after just 6 deliveries. He couldn't get that as square as the previous 2, and Thompson takes the catch.
Great comeback by Ireland. At the way the Nepal came back into the game, similarly the same thing is happening to Nepal as well. Again, some brilliant fielding and great bowling by the Irish bowlers, keeping the batsmen in check, bowling up to the wicket, not giving room to the batsmen to hit on their plays.
The Nelson strikes for Ireland. Nepal now 111 for 6. But cometh the air and cometh the man, because it's Karen KC who's done it so often with the bat for Nepal in the lower order. Not just for Nepal, but also in the Evers Premier League. We saw him last year hitting 6s with reckless abandon. Be forever known as the hero of Windhoek, helping Nepal gain that ODI status and get on to the Cricket World Cup qualifier in 2018. But he did it just a couple of days ago. He needed 17 off the final over.
Yeah, it was against
the Netherlands.
Yeah. Things were looking very bleak for Nepal in that match, but this man really has done a great job. Superb batting in that over.
He's at the non-striker's end to start with. As that one drifts down the leg side, will be signalled wide. So 34 more to win off the remaining 20 deliveries of the game. It's hovering just around 10 and over. But a few Karen KC maximums could bring things back into the balance. Hit into the leg side. Harry Tector's out at cow corner and he takes another outstanding catch. We've seen brilliant fielding from both sides today, and that catch from Harry Tector was just about as good as any of them. He picked it up quickly. It was shorter from Dockrell, dragged down a touch, but Jura looked to hit it over the onside, over the fielders, and as you're going to see on the replay now, another wicket.
Blinder. Absolutely brilliant catch in any standard. Superb. Just inches out of the ground. He ran from the deep mid-wicket boundary and took it brilliantly.
Yeah, just clung on inches above the turf, as you said, and I think that one caused him just a little bit of pain, but hopefully nothing permanent for Harry Tector, because he had to really fly through the air to dive full stretch and take the catch. And what a crucial moment that could be, because Jura is definitely capable of clearing the ropes and really into the tail now for Nepal, because in at number 9 is going to be Sandeep Lamachani. You'd have to think Karen KC is going to have to do the lion's share of this work now. 34 more needed to win, 19 deliveries left. George Dockrell really doing the business for Ireland.
Absolutely fantastic bowling from him. He's doing the right thing, well supported by the brilliant fielders.
And just going to be a single clipped off his legs by Karen Casey, I think, perhaps because he wants to retain the strike. So 3 overs remain in the match. Nepal 113 for 7, 33 more to win.
I want to ask you, what is your expectation of this match now?
Well, I think with Karen Casey at the crease, anything can happen. Ireland certainly favourites at the moment.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that, Jamil.
Yeah, absolutely. Now 11 runs and over. That's a good...
Exactly right. 11 runs and over to win. And let's take a look at the options for Gary Wilson, the Irish captain. Who's he going to turn to?
Dockrell finished his overs?
Yeah, Dockrell's bowled his 3 for 23 he has. But overs left for all other of the 5 bowlers used so far. You'd have to think we'll probably see Boyd Rankin bowl at least 1 or 2 of them. Mark Adair, of course, an option as well. Simi Singh has overs left, but is Gary Wilson looking to pull a rabbit from the hat? He's going to go to the leg breaks of Gareth Delaney. Perhaps he knows that Karen KC tends to favour the quick bowling.
I think very clever move from Gary, bringing back the leg spinner, because now they have to look for the runs, you know.
You can hear Andy Balbirnie really geeing up the troops in the background. Ireland will be acutely aware of not wanting to lose this match. Nepal standing on the brink of history. They've never beaten a Test nation in any format, and they have the chance to do so today. They need 33 to win off 18. Karen KC happy to just run that down behind square on the offside for a single.
This is the line where the Irish bowler should bowl to keep the batsman in check.
They need at least a boundary and over, though, surely, Nepal.
Yes. Lamichan is not a very good batsman, but of course this other man, Karen Casey, is absolutely the danger man for Ireland at the moment.
Heaved into the leg side by Lamachani, but there's protection out there, so it's just going to be a single. It was these two that were at the crease together about 1.5 years ago in Windhoek, because Karen KC made 42 off 31, and he shared a 51-run final wicket stand with Sandeep Lamachani against Canada to break Canadian hearts and send Nepal off to the Cricket World Cup qualifier. That's come off the outside edge, but Paul Sterling's there just for a single. So if they're looking for a pair that know heroics and can do heroics, perhaps these two at the crease can do it again for Nepal.
I'm only thinking of Karen Casey. He's the one who can change the game, but I doubt the others. But you know, in cricket, of course, nothing is the last word.
Hit into the offside and taken. Chipped up straight to Kevin O'Brien, who was very close in at extra cover. And Lamachani was just looking to get Karen Casey back onto strike, but his stay at the crease will be a short one. The 8th Nepal wicket falls, and Ireland on the brink now.
Yeah, I think it's almost 80-20 looks like to me at the moment. But again, I said this man, Karan, is a very typical batsman.
You're just seeing the replay now on your screen. Lamachani was really just looking to get it down towards long off and get off strike, get the single, but he chipped it into the air, and really good anticipation from Kevin O'Brien, who was in so tight at extra cover. Got two hands to it and took a comfortable catch. The man with the big hands from the Railway Union Club in South Dublin. So,
Kevin is a tall man. You know, it's difficult for a tall man to bend down, but he did it extremely well and at the right moment.
yeah, he took that catch very easily, made it look easy. Just two men remain for Nepal now, and neither remain for their batting, Avinash Bahara and Lalit Rajbanshi. So it's going to have to be Karen KC who'll get Nepal over the line if they can. You can see here with Lalit Rajbanshi to the crease. I wonder, will they take a dot ball from the final delivery of this innings and leave it up to Karen KC off the quicks? Or will we see Simi Singh perhaps bowl one of the final 2 overs?
Well, I think they will go for the medium pacers rather than going for the spinners.
Yeah, and that's not something you'll see too often in the T20 International. A leave outside the off stump with just 13 balls remaining in the innings, but they're going to leave it all up to Karen KC.
But I really appreciate, the confidence of this man, Karan. At this moment of the game, where each run is very, very important to them, he's just playing coolly and calmly.
That's the state of play at the moment. Ireland made 145 for 8 from their 20 overs after being 95 for 1 and in cruise control. But a brilliant fight back led by Sandeep Lamachani, Avinash Bahara, and brilliantly captained by Paris Khadka restricted Ireland to 145 for 8. And Nepal, with just 2 overs remaining in the innings, they still need 30 runs.
Yeah, 15 runs an over.
Karen Casey is on strike. He did it against the Netherlands just a couple of days ago at this very ground, with 17 required off the final over. And here's the bowling options for Ireland. Boyd Rankin is going to bowl the penultimate over, so you'd have to think probably Mark Adair will come in for the final over. He's got 2 for 11 from his 3 overs at the moment.
Boyd has to bowl intelligently to this man, Karan. Anything coming near to his bat, he is going to hit it. Anything short of length, coming up to the chest height, that will be the ideal bowling at this stage, I believe.
And what's really interesting for me here is that you can see Kevin O'Brien, who's spent a good bit of time in Nepal at the 2018 Everest Premier League. He's over with Boyd Rankin at the top of his run-up, explaining to him where Karen Casey likes to hit the ball. So I'm not sure we're going to see anything full. I'm not going to allow Karen Casey to use those levers in which he can power the ball down the ground. And 5 men outside the circle. Everyone on the leg side is in the deep, so that's fine leg. Deep mid-wicket, cow corner and long on, and that means third man is up in the circle and mid-off is up in the circle, because the only man in the deep on the offside is a deep cover. 30 to win off 12. Can Karen Casey do it again? Big swing and a miss to start. 30 off 11 needed now.
That was near the bat. I thought he was going to hit it over mid-off. Good delivery from him. Now I think he has to go back and make him stand. Give him half volleys and over-pitch deliveries.
Yeah, you can see Kevin O'Brien's got the double teapot out at mid-off. I'm not sure that's exactly where he wanted Boyd Rankin to bowl that, because it was into the slot.
Yeah.
And we see a change in the field. Fine leg comes up into the circle, long off goes back. Can't bowl there to Karen Casey. He's not going to miss out again. Powered over the offside, over the head of Kevin O'Brien. And they'll have plenty of time to get back for 2. Surprising again to see Boyd Rankin go full.
He's bowling too short. He has to be right on the block hole. At least 1 or 2 Yorkers are required at this moment of the game. He's a tall man, he can do it,
I'm just surprised we're perhaps not seeing the shorter ball from Boyd Rankin as well. We've seen that cause all sorts of problems. That one was really right in the slot. Karen Casey could only get it away for 2. This one heaved into the offside, wide of deep extra cover. Karen Casey is not going to have the time to get back for 2, so crucially for Ireland, Karen Casey will be off strike and Rajbanshi will come back on to strike. A really tall task now for Nepal 27 needed off just 9 deliveries.
Yeah, good bowling from Boyd. That he's took this man away from his bowling, Karan, on the striker there.
Yeah, I wonder will Karen KC be a little bit disappointed to miss out on... There's 3 consecutive deliveries really of a good length where he could have found the elevation he wanted to hit down the ground with, but we've seen throughout the day, even in the Irish innings, it's been difficult for batsmen to come in onto the pitch. Really just Stuart Thompson with his couple of late sixes that found any late aggression. That's just too good for Raj Banshi from Boyd Rankin. And the balls are running out for Nepal, 27 to win off 8 now.
Only 8 balls remaining now. Scored 21 runs.
27 more needed.
Yeah. Sorry, 27. Yeah.
Too tall a task, you'd have to think, unless Raj Banshi can find a boundary or 2 to close out this over.
The best part is now that gave 1 run in the last ball to this non-striker and kept Karan away from the last over.
And that is the outside edge. I thought that was about the only place that he might find a boundary. And he's not going to find a boundary, but he will get back for 2. Really good fielding down at third man. That's Mark Adair who's gone with reverse hands to cut off the boundary. 25 more needed now. The only results Nepal will want is 2, 4 or 6. And look for some Karen KC miracles in the final over.
Yeah. But once again, I appreciate and really like to see brilliant fielding by Ireland, though it's scorching heat there in the ground.
Hit into the offside powerfully by Raj Banshi, and we've had the remarkable scene of a leave in the second last over, and this time we're going to have the single turn down, and Karen KC is going to say, I might need 4 6s to tie it, but I'm going to back myself to do it. 6 4s or 5 6s, or 6 4s or 4 6s needed. 25 to win off the final over, 24 to tie. If anyone can do it for Nepal, it's going to be Karen KC.
Yes, at the moment, yes. But I think it's still just stiff 25 runs, coming in 6 balls. And with the bowler like, who is going to bowl the next over?
Yeah, so it looks like it'll be Mark Adair for the final over.
Man, he's a very clever bowler. I hope that he will not give half volleys over pitches, short deliveries. Then, of course, definitely Ireland going to through this match. Vital for them also.
Just the 3 overs today for Boyd Rankin. He finishes with none for 18 from his 3. Mark Adair's got 2 overs, or 1 over left. He's got 2 for 11 from his 3 overs. But all the Irish bowlers contributing well today. And you'd have to think that Mark Adair is going to close this win out for Ireland.
Yes, a lot of discussions on the ground by Irish fielders, of course. They have to win this match to keep their hopes alive on the top of the table.
Just quickly show you the run rate chart, and you can really see the power of that Balbirnie and Sterling partnership for Ireland. Final over, 25 to win. Mark Adair with the ball in hand. Karen KC powers that one down the ground. It soars into the sky. It's Simi Singh out at long off who settles under it, but it's going to go over his head, and it's going to go all the way for 6. Surely Karen KC can't be doing it again for the ball. First ball, 6 runs.
I told you, if you give him near the bat, half volley, over pitch, he's going to hit.
And that's got the crowd racing, because there's the replay. Simi Singh nestled under it. He thought for a moment he was in action, but you can't allow Karen KC a ball in the slot, because he will dispatch it. We've had a change in the field. Square leg into the circle. Can Adair find the block hole? 19 to win off 5 now. He does find the block hole. Hit into the offside. It's hit wide of Simi Singh. It's going to be a boundary 4. Karen KC is doing it again. 15 to win now. 4 balls remain.
Exactly the same way he did it against Netherlands. A half volley to mid-off for a 6, and then another half volley towards extra cover boundary.
Yeah, that one was a low full toss, and brilliant power you can see on your replay from Karen KC. He got it wide to the right of Kevin O'Brien, who was right on the ring in extra cover. And what that meant is that Simi Singh couldn't get around to cut it off from long off. And it's going to bring about a change in the field, in fact a change in the fielders, because Simi Singh is going to be relieved of his duties out at long off. They'll send Stuart Thompson out there, one of Ireland's best fielders. Pressure on Adair. 15 to win, 4 balls remain. Karen KC, the miracle man. hit down the ground towards long on. Big cheers, but those cheers are going to be subdued because Harry Tector will take the catch just inches inside the rope. When he hit it, you could hear the Nepalese crowd here. They thought it had gone all the way for 6. But a brilliant catch from Tector, and surely that's going to close out the win for Ireland.
Because yes, absolutely, yes. Once again, there was a ball which I was expecting going out of the ground, but I think it was a slower one, and he tried to hit it, but a very good catch at the deep mid-on boundary. So things looks bleak for Nepal at the moment, right? Last man in, and only one ball remaining for 15 runs.
So great nerves from Harry Tector. 15 required to win off the final 3 deliveries. If that one had gone for 6, if he'd stepped over the rope, it would have been 9 to win off 3, and Karen Casey would have still been on strike. But excellent fielding from Harry Tector. We've seen excellent fielding for both sides today. Some really good catches held, and just for a moment there, Ireland were wobbling. 6 and 4 to start the final over, but it was a bridge too far for Karen Casey. It'll bring the number 11 to the crease, Avinash Bahara. He's not going to be on strike, so Lalit Singh Rajbanshi is going to need a miracle. 15 to win off 3. And that dot ball will close it out for Ireland.
Yes.
Because as long as the bowler can keep his foot behind the line and we don't have a no bowler wide, Ireland will take the win here in Oman.
Yes, congratulations to them for some brilliant late comeback in fielding and brilliant bowling.
Yeah, it was yet another slower ball from Mark Adair. We've seen him utilise those so effectively today. 15 to win off the final 2. Keep your foot behind the line, Mark Adair. And he's done that. Rajbanshi's punched it into the leg side. He'll come back for 2. A direct hit's going to be close. In fact, we're going to have to go upstairs. I think Gary Wilson thinks he might have his man. The direct hit certainly would have been out, but Wilson was quick to whip the bails off. And I just wonder, is this Nepal innings going to end all out with 1 ball to go?
Well, some good smiles on the faces of our friends who are here in Oman to see this spectacular T20 cricket tournament. All smiles on the faces of our European and Ireland fans who are here as Ireland is moving up.
Yes, we're just waiting for the third umpire system here at this Oman Cricket Academy setup. World first for non-televised matches with the third umpire. So he's just waiting for the radio from that third umpire. You can see on your screens here, they did look to come back for 2, but George Dockrell got the flat throw in right over the top to Gary Wilson. It looks very close indeed, so we just have to wait for the moment for Hari Krishna, the third umpire's decision. Either way, it looks like Ireland are going to close out this win. But just waiting for Hari Krishna. He's running back those replays on his screen in front of him here. They are closed circuit. And in fact, that is indeed out. So Nepal have come up short today, and they're going to come up short. Despite the best efforts of Karen KC, and they will lose by 13 runs today to Ireland. That final wicket was of Rajbanshi looking to get back for 2, but we've had a thrilling game of cricket here. It ebbed and flowed both ways. Ireland were absolutely in the ascendancy in the first innings as Balbirnie and Sterling hit the ball to all parts.
Great win for Ireland.
Yeah, great win for Ireland is right, Jamil, and that comeback from Nepal was a stirring one because they came back into the match through their bowlers. They restricted Ireland to 145. And although there was some promise in knocks from Arif Sheikh and Dipender Singh Airi and Paris Khadka, nobody could really quite get in the way Paul Sterling did for Ireland, for Nepal, and the end result will be that Nepal will come up short by 13 runs, and it means Ireland will run out winners and move top of the table.
Yes, of course. Brilliant win for Ireland. Of course, they did a lot of hard work to get this victory for them. Though the score was 145, was not that much, good as far as the T20 is concerned. but they came back and got win against Nepal is great. Absolute brilliant fielding and absolute fine bowling from Ireland bowlers.
Yeah, the fielding proved the difference for both sides really today. Some outstanding catches, plenty of run-outs. Let's take a look at this Irish win here. That's the Nepal batting card. Nepal coming up just short by 13 runs. Lots of 20s in that card, as you said. Ishan Pandey 22, Paris Kadka 25, and Mohammad Arif 26. But despite the best efforts of Karen Casey late in the innings, that 6 and a 4 to start the final innings of the match gave Nepal hope. But it was a bridge too far and he was left with too much to do. Standout bowlers for Ireland, really, George Dockrell and Mark Adair. 3 wickets for both of them and 2 wickets for the leg breaks of Gareth Delaney, but good spells from Boyd Rankin with 3 overs on for 18. Do you think that spell of George Dockrell was the difference, Jamil?
Well, I think he bowled extremely well in the dying moments where, he's not giving any chance to batsmen to hit and just kept them in check.
Let's take a look at the points table now as well. And you can see it updated there. Ireland have completed their 4 matches here. They'll have a rest day tomorrow. And they'll need that from the heat and humidity here in Oman. But Oman can go back top of the table this afternoon if they can beat the Netherlands. And that would leave Ireland needing a favour from Nepal tomorrow, who'll be looking to join Ireland and Oman on 6 points if that was the case. So all to play for after that result. Nepal coming up just short by 13 runs. There's the match summary now on your screen. An outstanding game of cricket for Game 7 of this Oman Pentangular Series. We're going to be back with you for the 2 o'clock game. You can join me, Andrew Leonard, and Jamil Zaidi for that at 2 o'clock local time. It's going to be the hosts Oman against the Netherlands. We'll be back with you about 10 minutes before 2 o'clock. We'll see you then.
Okay, thank you. Good, very good and exciting match ahead between Oman and Netherlands. And Ireland completed their 4 matches and they're on top of the table right now. The match between Oman and Netherlands will definitely be a very, very important match to the both teams who can come up to the top of the table. So, okay, as Andrew said, we'll come back to you 10 to 2 after, say, about 40 minutes, 50 minutes time. Till then, bye-bye to you guys.
Thank you, Jamil. Yeah, we'll be back with you in less than an hour's time for the 8th game of 10 here this week in Oman, where Oman will be looking to get back top of the table against the winless Netherlands so far. We'll see you at about 1:50 p.m. local time in an hour's time.